It's the Sean Widmer Podcast. It's a journal by someone that just really doesn't like to write.
I should probably bring it up just in case you all forgot, but the Seahawks are still world champs, baby. It's a week later. Crazy. I guess it's going to be like this for a year. Shucks. Thanks for checking out the Sean Widmer Podcast. Hi. Beginning of the week. For those of you who listen as the podcasts are released, this will be released on a Monday. Thanks for tuning in. Very much appreciated. Today on the podcast, got to talk about Valentine's Day. Got to talk about Valentine's Day, everybody. One of my favorite stories I saw, and I need to bring it up because I need some, did I get duped by the internet? I don't think so. Look at here. I don't think I have. It's a crazy story. And what else did I have for you? I need to discuss a sports thing that is a sport I don't know that I've ever really talked about on the podcast because I find something extremely intriguing and I should be more into it. Speaking of sports, are we in on the Olympics? I love the Olympics. Summer and Winter Olympics. I love it. I was watching Winter Olympics tonight. Anna and I got caught up on Traders. We're all the way up to date on Traders. I think that show is fantastic. I don't want to spoil anything for those of you who are maybe starting late and catching up, but I really like it. High level of strategy in the game, in the TV show Traders. So I'm in. I'm loving it. Anyhow, we watched that, and then after that, I turned over to the Olympics, which I was watching this afternoon as well because USA played hockey today. And I love the Olympic hockey. It's really good. But tonight I was watching the downhill, the giant slalom. In the scope of who's the stupidest athlete in the world, I think giant slalom people have got a lot to say about we're the dumbest. And I mean that in sort of a flattering way. Because it's not just dumbest, it's truly the least fear, okay? Well, you've got some of those, like the ski jumpers to me, probably number one. What are you doing? That's insanity. You're just jumping and flying through the air and then landing on your skis. That's the ultimate, and we are the dumbest athletes. And then there's a lot of other ones. But those giant slalom skiers are going so stinking fast. And every time you're watching a session of it, there's someone who goes and the announcer's like, you know, Jan, 2 years ago, this skier shattered every single bone in their body on a bad turn. Every one of them. They shattered every one. They were actually a pile of goo. And scientists put them back together. So they might have a little PTSD on corner 4. You think they might have a little bit of PTSD? They said it so many times for this one gal. They're like, I wonder if she had PTSD, or, a little bit of PTSD going around some of those early corners. And I thought you just explained to me how she had an injury that was so bad they never thought she would ski again. You just told me that. And now you're like, well, she probably could. I needed to shave 1/10 of a second off this run. And, that corner really cost her. I think she chickened out because it couldn't quite get over her fear of almost shattering her whole body in half. They're crazy. I love it, though. I couldn't get enough. I don't like the figure skating. I've tried to get into the figure skating. I do not like contests that come down to judging. I've never been okay with that. I never like it. It's always seemed political. I guess this year it's got that going on again. I just don't pay attention to it because it makes me so irritated. So I've been out on that. But they did this giant slalom, and I was like, I need to go record the podcast. But I was going to watch the Olympics until they shut them off because I love them. And then they went to ice skating, and I said, okay, this is my sign from the Olympic gods that I need to come in here and record the podcast. Thanks for checking it out. I love the Olympics. Before we get into Valentine's Day, because we did something cool for Valentine's Day, and I've got some thoughts on it. There was a huge story that broke this week. As I need to get the story on how it started. But Fortnite and Disney are like collaborating. Here we go. Disney, this is crazy. The Walt Disney Company and Epic Games, this is from the WaltDisneyCompany.com. You may have heard of them. The Walt Disney Company and Epic Games will collaborate on all new games and entertainment universe on an all new games. Excuse me, I'm dripping saliva out of my nose. And that's not saliva. Those are just boogers. They're going to collaborate on all new games and an entertainment universe that will further expand the reach of beloved Disney stories and experiences. Disney will also invest $1.5 billion to acquire equity stake in Epic Games alongside the multi-year project. This transaction is subject to customary closings conditions, including regulatory approvals. I don't understand what any of that means at all. In addition to being a world-class game experience and interoperating with Fortnite, may have heard of it, the new persistent universe will offer a multitude of opportunities for consumers to play, watch, shop, and engage with content, characters, and stories from Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, Avatar, and more. Now, if you are a Star Wars junkie like I have been, you know they've got a lot of skins from Star Wars, and they've got Marvel in there. You know, you're going to have Mickey Mouse and Goofy, and you're going to have Ariel and Simba and all these and the Avatar characters. Avatar may already be part of it, but Disney's going to incorporate all their characters, and we're going to have the skins in the game, and it's going to be Disney heavy, but that's okay because Disney has a lot of cool stuff. Like the Marvel and Star Wars stuff is really cool. The thing that blew my mind, right? So Disney gets in bed with Epic Games because I've talked about it a lot on this podcast. Fortnite is one of the more amazing money-making machines in the history of entertainment, period. This is not about video games. The history of entertainment, Fortnite is near the very top in we have mastered how to print money. It's insane. They've been printing money since that game came out, 10 years ago? And they just never have stopped. With an unbelievably cool and unique and very well done strategy on how to keep that game going and keep that game fresh and constantly update it and keep players wanting to come back for more. It's one of those, let the scientists and researchers look at Fortnite in 20 and 30 years and go, this was a masterclass in game design. Masterclass. And it's funny because other games have tried to sort of steal the blueprint, and maybe they've done it and gotten close from time to time. And the games I'm going to say, people are going to go, what do you mean? That's like the best game ever. Apex Legends tried to steal it a little bit. Games like Warzone is way up there. It's hard to say Warzone, but Warzone took the blueprint from Fortnite, and I bet you right now you have more concurrent players on Fortnite than on Call of Duty's Warzone. It's just that's a completely different in terms of realistic looks. But, Fortnite made the blueprint. Everyone else started stealing the battle pass. Everyone else started, or the battle royale with the battle pass. Everyone started stealing that. A lot of games have come and gone in that world, and Fortnite has just stayed right there. But one of the things I thought was crazy that there was a comment on, Disney was like, you know what we want? We want you to have to get into Fortnite to watch some of our stuff, to watch Disney movies. And I thought, this is when everything I've said for years about how Fortnite is the peak of where video game companies want their game to be. I've talked about it forever. People go, Fortnite's for kids. Okay, whatever. This is the game that is the standard that everyone tries to get to, where you're making money for your company. Sure, there's games like Clair Obscur Expedition 33 that I loved last year, won game of the year. This game Dispatch I'm playing right now, super unique, great game. All of these games are really good video games, but if you are a company that is in the business of making money off your video games, you are looking at Fortnite and you're going, how do we tap into that? Because they'll never run out of money ever. And it's just more powerful that Disney goes, we want to be part of this. And we know you're so big time and there's so many people playing this game, we'll debut stuff at Risky Reels or whatever they're going to create, where all the Fortnite skins meet up and watch a movie together, right? And Fortnite's done this with a lot of stuff. They've done a ton of concerts. Couldn't tell you all of them. I know that the Travis Scott one happened, and that was cool. And they've done a lot of, but that's all, folks. They're not Looney Tunes. It's Walt Disney. they've done a lot of cool things, interactive things that aren't just the game. And now they're going to get Disney incorporated. And Disney's going to debut stuff on Fortnite, which is just nutso. And they're going to get a ton of eyes on it. And Disney's probably going, we're about to expand our reach because we're going to get shows that work for an audience that isn't seeking out Disney regularly. And we'll get some shows that work for them, and we're going to get people in on Disney. It's just crazy. This Disney and Fortnite thing, $1.5 billion spent. Crazy, man. Crazy. Yep, Disney and Epic Games will collaborate on an all-new games and entertainment universe. I haven't read the full article yet. I just saw the stuff about watching stuff in Fortnite, and it just blew my mind. Okay. Oh, ESPN could get involved with this too, right? Like there's the Disney thing with Disney owns ESPN. Well, I mean, what if Monday Night Football is in Fortnite, right? What if you go into Fortnite and you sit there and watch Monday Night Football with 99 other people on the island, all of you screaming weird memes into your headsets and watching Monday Night Football? Crazy. It's just crazy. All right, let's put a bow on this podcast show. Oh, no, I got two things I wanted to talk about. Holy cow. I thought that was my main thing. It wasn't. Valentine's Day. I guess that's my what are you into? So maybe we save that because my wife would be my Kelly's what are you into today. So let's save that. And I guess we're going to go into sports real quick. I need to see who it was that won because I didn't look who won. I just saw the picture and was like, oh, okay. If I go to this, here we go. It's not even the top story, which is crazy to me. Tyler Reddick wins Daytona 500 with late pass in crash-filled last lap. And Tyler Reddick has won the NASCAR, the Daytona 500. And he is on Michael Jordan's team. 23 XI Racing. Michael Jordan, co-owner. MJ is at the race. MJ is featured prominently in all the pictures with Tyler Reddick holding up the trophy with the confetti flying everywhere. Jordan gets another ring. He said, "I'm ecstatic. I don't even know what to say. It feels like I won a championship, but until I get a ring, I won't even know." Jordan said told Fox after the race. It's from Yahoo Sports. Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player. Him and LeBron, right? The argument will go forever. Which one's better? Michael Jordan is a NASCAR guy. We do not talk about this enough. All of these athletes that people follow after their careers and what are they doing, then these athletes get into sports commentary or they own 50,000 car dealerships or whatever they do. They're on commercials. They're doing all sorts of stuff, right? The greatest basketball player, like one of the most recognizable athletes in the history of all time, probably the most recognizable athlete to come out of a U.S. sport, right? So we're taking Messi and Ronaldo and some of the big-time soccer players out of it. MJ, the silhouette. You just know him by a silhouette. One of the greatest brands of all time. The greatest branding deal ever with Nike. I mean, it's just Michael Jordan. What's he do after he's done? He just gets involved in NASCAR and is now his team's winning the Daytona 500. And I don't think we're giving enough love to NASCAR. Because if MJ is into it, I need to be into it. We got guys, Shaq is selling me 50,000 products, and I want to get all of them. I want to get Icy Hot. I want to get Papa John's Pizza, the Shaq-a-Roni. I want to go to Walmart and get one of those knee braces that he has. Everything Shaq does, I want. Meanwhile, the greatest is out here going like, hey, NASCAR's pretty freaking cool. I'm winning a Daytona 500. My team is. NASCAR's cool. And I'm like, no, that's fine, I'm fine. Give me one of those ace bandages from Shaq. I'm fine, MJ. NASCAR, no, I'm fine. What would you know? I don't know. He's the greatest athlete, greatest basketball player. It's so weird to me. When I saw the pictures today, I was like, how this story does not get enough love throughout. It has not got enough love throughout the tenure of MJ's retirement. So many worse basketball players have retired, and we have followed their post-basketball career with a magnifying glass, or we see them everywhere. And they're just mediocre players who probably aren't even Hall of Fame guys. Meanwhile, the GOAT, or at least most people's GOAT, or some people's GOAT, goes to NASCAR where you can watch his team race week in, week out, and we don't care at all. It's crazy to me. All right, that's just a little observation. I just thought it was wild seeing MJ today and going, why is it not a headline every week what Michael Jordan's team did in NASCAR? It should be every single week national news. Is this not working? Is my Kelly's What Are You Into not working? That's a bummer.
Kelly's What Are You Into?
Michael Jordan, am I right? If you're watching the video, you can see me drinking out of my Scottie Pippen cup. Michael Jordan, am I right? Okay, Valentine's Day with my wife was awesome. We had a great Valentine's Day. I dropped the ball on it, and then she did not. I got my wife a little gift. She's been a heavy workout routine the last couple months, and she's low on workout clothes. She's not low on other clothes, I've noticed. But she's low on workout clothes, and she's got a lot of them, but she's working out. She works out all the time. If she can get to the gym, she's at the gym. And I was like, okay, you wear through these things. Like, we need to get some workout clothes. So we got her a gift card. I did the thing as a husband where I wanted to get her a shirt. There was a shirt I liked, a workout shirt that I really liked. I thought it looked cool. And I held it in the store for about 5 minutes. And I said, just get this and she can come return it. She can come return it. But then she knows you thought about what she wanted. And I just paced around. I was like, or you can get her a gift card and she can come in, get away from the kids for a while, do some shopping. So it's like the win-win. But then it's a gift card. It's not as cool. And I went back and forth forever on, do I get the gift card or do I get the shirt? And then she has to go through the process of returning it. I ended up with a gift card. And I just felt bad about it all weekend. But she was super excited, right? It does mean she gets an afternoon, get out, go shopping. She's got a gift card to another store nearby, the one I got her a gift card at. So it could be a fun afternoon, get lunch, do some shopping. She'll dig it. So anyhow, I get her this gift, and I thought in my head earlier in the week, do we go out and do something on Valentine's Day? Do I get a babysitter, try to get a babysitter, and we do something? My wife had been traveling all week, and the week before she had traveled all week, and when she got back and was like, look, I'm exhausted, and took Saturday and just slept. And then she was good to go for the Super Bowl, but she slept all afternoon Saturday, and she went to bed at like 7:30, 8 o'clock on Saturday night. So I was like, if I set something up, this is going to be bad. I'll set something up, and then she'll force herself to do it, and she won't enjoy it. And we could just push things back a week, and we go out next weekend, and we're good to go. So that was my plan. My wife comes home. She's like, what are we doing tonight? And I was like, dang it. I was like, I didn't plan anything. I owned it, right? I ate crow. And she goes, good, because, well, not good. She was like, I was kind of hoping you would step up. But she goes, I planned something. I got us a babysitter. We're going out to dinner, and we're going to a movie. I was like, this is the best, babe. This is the best. Because I was ready to rock and roll. I've been stuck in the house all week with the kids. I was going a little loco in the house. I needed to get out of the walls of the house, which I love the house, but I needed to get out of the walls. So my wife planned all this. I was super excited. It was great. She took me to dinner. My Valentine took me to dinner. We went to dinner at a restaurant she loves and has been wanting to show me, which that can go either way for me because my wife likes cool, trendy restaurants, and sometimes those teeter a little bit too far for me. And I'm like, I needed more than one scoop of meat on my plate with a bunch of green swirls around it for dinner. I needed a little more substance because you can tip that way too far with trendy restaurants. Not this one. She crushed it. Char is what it's called for you Lexingtonians. Char. And it was she nailed it for us, for what she knows that she and I will like together because it's this perfect wheelhouse of it's just fancy enough, cool and hip enough, and the food portions are big enough. All of it melded into one. She just nailed it. Char. And I'd highly recommend it. It was cool. Italian restaurant, but not like spaghetti and meatballs. It's a little more fancy. A lot of words I didn't understand. If I wouldn't have seen pizza on the menu, and my wife said, why don't you get a pizza? I'll get this dish, this whatever dish. We'll share them. I was like, thank you for taking this one because I know how to order a pizza with sausage and pepperoni. That's easy for me to read. The entree section that you're looking at right now, good luck. I don't know nay a word outside of mushrooms was on one of them. Mushrooms. I saw that word. I go, I know that one. That's what I'd get. And that's what we ended up getting, which was crazy. But it was a cool restaurant. The restaurant itself was cool. The atmosphere was cool. Good mood. And then the pricing was I thought it was fair. It was not like teens the meals weren't in the teens, weren't like upper teens, but they weren't $40. It was kind of in that 22 to 35. At least I think that's what most of the stuff I looked at was between like $22 and $35 a plate, which I feel like is pretty good anymore. That seems like to be a good price for a nice date night. And we ended up getting some drinks, so that is where you can skyrocket your bill a little bit more. But I thought overall for those prices, that the mood of that restaurant, I thought was great. Highly recommend it. Char, you did it. You won me over. Thank you. And normally a restaurant like that normally a menu like that will never win me over. If you throw a menu at me that I need to take a picture of, I've done this before. Take a picture of it, put it into whatever AI service you use, Gemini, put it in Gemini and say, can you list this menu out in American food comps for me? In like words that, well, English, first of all, you can start there. Can you translate this menu into English? But then I need it to be like, what would be like the American Italian restaurants comparison to this? I've done that before and it works out pretty good. So normally when a menu has me doing that, I'm already out, but not this one. Oh man, great time. After that, we went to do something my wife was super excited about and I couldn't believe. My wife does not like movies. She will not sit down and watch a movie with me. It's not in her wheelhouse. She will watch 4 straight hours of Real Housewives of New York or Salt Lake or Beverly Hills, or she'll watch Southern Charm for 8 hours straight or whatever. Binge watch a full season. But when it comes to a movie, it's like, well, that hour 45 minutes is not going to happen. The amount of times, even during Christmas, we would start a movie, watch 45 minutes, call it, the next night watch the other 45 minutes. Happens a lot. My wife goes, we're going to a movie. And I thought, what? It was an old movie from the 90s. I think was it the 90s? Maybe the 80s. Let me get the date on this because I got some thoughts. 1989 for this movie, rom-com. They showed this movie down at the Kentucky Theater, a theater that looks like it has a movie screen on it, but also they could do plays, maybe plays on the theater stage. Kind of looked like it was a little bit more of a Swiss Army knife kind of setup. Did a little bit of everything there. And it was cool. When Harry Met Sally, a movie I'd never seen, Meg Ryan, Billy Crystal, Ann and I discussed on the drive home, who is more famous? Who had a more famous career? Billy Crystal or Meg Ryan? Because my knee-jerk was Billy Crystal. And I think that stems from the fact I see him at sporting events a lot. I don't know if I don't even know if he's still alive because I feel like I haven't seen or heard of Billy Crystal in a long time. 77 years old. If you watched Knicks games, he was always on the sideline in the crowd of Knicks games. And either Mets or Yankees, I forget which team he cheers for. But he was a New York sports fan, always on the sideline, always on TV. And I'd forgotten that he had hosted the Academy Awards forever. But I was like, he's super famous. And then we looked up Meg Ryan's career and it was like, oh, she's super famous. So then we went through both their IMDb's and I was like, oh, they're actually not in a whole lot of movies. So I went from one's real famous, the other's real famous to, they're both kind of just decent. They're both just kind of, really, if you just look at their full slate of movies, they both have some great ones, right? Billy Crystal's got Princess Bride in the mix there. But, Meg Ryan's got some real big ones. You've Got Mail. This one, When Harry Met Sally. She was in Joe vs. the Volcano, which is not a big movie, but Tom Hanks' first movie. Anyhow, When Harry Met Sally, we went and saw it. I would say 7.8 out of 10. 7.7 out of 10. Good movie, not a great movie. Good rom-com, not an elite rom-com. I can probably name you 10 plus, just off the top of my head, better rom-coms than When Harry Met Sally. That said, it was great, and I'm glad I saw it. Well, it was good. It was good, and I'm glad I saw it. Very thankful I saw it. And it made me laugh out loud a couple times, so that was cool too. The thing that was also awesome about this theater, before the movie started, you walk in, there was a man up front by the stage on a piano playing music like it was 1940. Like it was hitting you with some old-timey hits and on this really cool organ or little piano organ mix. I don't know what it was. It's kind of like the stage, movie play mix. It was awesome. They had great popcorn. They did have drinks. You could get some adult beverages there, which made that kind of fun as well. It was a great Valentine's Day. So thanks to my wife for throwing that together. What a time. Highly recommend it. Char was great. The Kentucky Movie Theater. The Kentucky Theater, I will actually go to their website right now, and I'm going to see, like, if they do Star Wars on May the 4th, I'd go back in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Let's see what we've got coming up. What do we got coming up? They actually have some real movies there? Oh, I didn't realize they had real movies there. So you can see like Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, Wuthering Heights, which got terrible reviews. But what do they have coming up? I want to go there and watch. See, I want to go there and watch weird old movies. There's the When Harry Met Sally Valentine's Day screening. I'm noticing, okay, they got Rocky Horror Picture Show coming up. Another movie I haven't seen. That one. I'm looking here, a red carpet evening. I wonder if that's the Academy Awards on Sunday, March 15th, maybe. Where is it? May the 4th. Come on, get me there. Here we go. May the 4th. Nope, it's not there. Okay, I'm gonna need to follow along with the Kentucky Theater and see what they've got coming up. All right, that's all I got today. Thanks for checking out the podcast. I appreciate it.